Hello everyone, this is Aryan from More Than Just a Game, and this is another chapter from our Unreal Engine 0 to Hero tutorial series. In this chapter we will discuss what materials are. We briefly mentioned it in the previous video, but we will go more in depth into that. But again, we will not have like full details in materials because it would take hours to completely discuss materials and how to use them and the options that you have, but we will set you up with what you need to do and what you need to know for a beginner. So let's use the material that this object is using for our groundwork and see how it works and what it does. As you can see in the details panel, it shows you the static mesh that it is using and the material that is assigned to it. So we click on this. This is a material instance, means that it's a child from another material. We can see the parent material in here. We click on that and it shows us the parent material. We make a copy of this. Let's call it red. We want to make a red material. Also be careful with naming conventions. When you have a material, name it M underscore whatever name you want to give it. Then we can see that it has a base color, it has a metallic value assigned to it, and a roughness value assigned to it. For the base color, it's using some sort of a light gray shade. We want to change this to basically red. As you can see, it's turned red right now. Let's go ahead and assign this material to this. As you can see, it changes its color. Then we have some more values. We have emissive color. We can give it a constant value. We can give it a constant value of 10. Apply it. Save it. And then you can see that it emits light. But it's better to do it like this. Let's multiply this. I deleted the wrong node. Let's multiply this by 10. Assign it to emissive color. As you can see, it now emits the red color, not just some generic white color. In your basically material, you may have a complex texture assigned to this instead of a static color, and your texture may be containing both red colors, green colors, or blue colors. And if you want to basically just emit the red color and leave the other color channels non-emissive, you can basically drag this and multiply it by some value. But because right now we have just the static color of red, we are going to do it like this. You can also basically play around with these values too to see how they affect the looks in your scene. Let's bring it here. You can basically set this to maybe 1 and see how it changes. Set this to 1 and see how it changes. You can do all sorts of customizations as you may want and check their effect on your material. And then one good practice to do if you have a material that you're going to be using a lot is making parameters from the values that you are using. So in this example material that we are using for reference, all of these three are already defined as parameters, as you can see here in the parameters tab. But let's make another example by making the emissive color a parameter. So by default it's going to be 0, but we are going to convert it to a parameter. As you can see here, we are going to call it emissive. Basically the reason behind doing this is that if you have a complex material, you don't want to copy it each time to a new material if you want to make small changes for different meshes. So imagine we have this one, and then we want to make this one yellow with a emissive color of maybe 5. We don't want to basically create a new material, do all of this in there, and this is just pretty simple, but your material can get a lot more complex. We don't want to copy that each time. We just want to create a material instance from this and change the parameters in there. So yeah, now we have an emissive parameter, and then we can create material instance from this. So let's name this material. Okay, naming conventions first. Mi for material instance, we are going to call it red. Then we are going to create another one, call it yellow. For the red one, we are just going to be using whatever it has by default. But for the yellow one, we are going to change some stuff. We are going to make the emissive be 5. We are going to change the base color to yellow. Let's choose this shade. And yeah, maybe we want to set the metallic to 1. And then let's test them out. First we want to change this to mi red. This is going to be the same because we haven't changed anything. Then we are going to set this to mi yellow. And you can see the difference. The color is different. The emissive color is also different. And it has a metallic of 1. This has a metallic of 0. But because the emissive is too much, you can't see the difference of the metallic. But yeah, this is a good practice to do. Make material instances from a base material and make some parameters in your material so you can customize them in your material instances. So yeah, that's it about materials and material instances. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask us in the comments and have fun.